Each nuclear licensed site has an NII-appointed site inspector to regulate that site. My job is to support that inspector by undertaking technical assessments and inspections of buildings and structures at the power stations. Well, before I joined the Nuclear Directorate, I worked in Gloucester. I joined the CGB, which was 22 years ago, and got involved with the nuclear industry with them. It's currently called British Energy, which is part of the EDF group. Prior to that, I worked in the offshore industry in London. The main reason I took this job was because it enabled me to stay in Cheltenham, but also further my career as a civil engineer. I first found out about the vacancies here on the good old network, the grapevine at my previous employer, when somebody mentioned that the NII were thinking of opening an office here in Cheltenham. I then went to the HSE website, which is a very good source of information on the work of the HSE and the Nuclear Directorate, and gave me all the information I need to then approach the HSE for a job application. Well, I had a very pleasant surprise when I got involved with the HSE and I came to, or went to Bootle rather, to have my assessments and interviews. Because I dealt with the NII professionally, I'd seen quite a stern front, as it were, and how they dealt with the licensees. But on attending the job interviews and subsequent to starting, I saw another side of the HSE and the people, which did surprise me. And I saw that they were very friendly and very welcoming. And one big benefit of working for this company is the support you get from those people. Each newcomer will be assigned a mentor, and my mentor is someone of my technical discipline who's been doing the work in my own area for several years. So he's a very good teacher from that respect. Also, my manager is offering a lot of support. He's not just wielding a big stick to make sure I meet deadlines. He's there to make sure I'm learning what I need to learn in order to do my job correctly. What I imagine a good employee would need in this role is good communication skills, verbal and written. But also, you need to be good at influencing. There's no such thing as a typical day when you work for the Nuclear Directorate, because the work is so varied. There isn't a routine that you settle into, but there have been various phases that I've gone through as a new starter. The first phase was having to commute to Bootle in Liverpool for a period of just over 2 months while I went through an induction phase and did a lot of initial training. But now the Cheltenham office has opened, I'm sharing my time between Cheltenham and doing training and going to meetings in Bootle. On top of that, you've got site visits to go to. And I've been to Hinkley Point Power Station to inspect some structures there and write a technical report on that for the site inspector. What I like best about working here is the fact I can live in Cheltenham, which is a beautiful town. I can walk to work, which is very healthy and a nice, refreshing way to start a morning. I also enjoy doing civil engineering and being able to progress my career within my technical discipline. So many of the people I studied with at university who were civil engineers, they've left the profession because they couldn't see a way forward within their technical discipline. But you get the opportunity to do that here. If anybody was thinking of joining the Nuclear Directorate, I'd thoroughly recommend that they went to the websites on the internet and find out a lot more about the work that we do and who we need to help us with that work. After that, if you're even remotely interested, then don't hesitate to contact the HR department at Bootle and have a chat with them. I'm sure they'd be very happy to give you more information, answer any other questions you may have, and arrange a visit